Your dog already knows you're having a bad day, and he figured it out before you even opened your mouth. I know that sounds wild, but stick with me because by the end of this video, you're going to see your dog in a completely different light. We're breaking down 7 hidden, science-backed ways your dog reads your emotional state before you say a single word. And yes, some of these are going to make you feel a little exposed. Disclosure: this video is for educational purposes only and is based on peer-reviewed research. Always consult a certified professional dog behaviorist for personalized advice. Let's kick things off with something that blew my mind when I first read about it. Dogs are not just reacting to how you look. They're processing your entire emotional signature, your posture, your scent, your breathing rhythm, even your heart rate. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior confirmed that dogs can detect physiological stress markers in humans with remarkable accuracy. We're talking cortisol changes, subtle shifts in body temperature, changes in how you move. Your dog is essentially running a full diagnostic scan on you every time you walk in the room. And the kicker? He's been doing this since you adopted him. Your dog does this too, right? So here's the first thing dogs are reading off you before you speak a word: your walking pace and posture. Picture this. You walk in the door after a rough meeting, shoulders slightly dropped, steps a little slower than usual. You haven't said anything. You haven't even looked at your dog yet, but he's already picked up on it. Research from applied animal behavior science shows that dogs are exquisitely tuned to human locomotion patterns. They read the rhythm and weight of your footsteps the same way we read someone's face. A brisk, upright walk signals confidence and calm. A slow, heavy stride, that's your dog's cue that something's off. You'll notice he might approach you more cautiously, sniff around your feet longer than usual, or just sit quietly nearby instead of going full golden retriever zoomies. He's not being weird, he's being attentive. So next time you're stressed and your dog seems unusually calm and gentle around you, that's not a coincidence. That's empathy. Pure, unspoken, four-legged empathy. Now here's where it gets really fascinating and a little humbling. Your dog is also reading your face before you even speak, and we now have solid science to back this up. A landmark study from the University of Veterinary Medicine Vienna, referenced widely in 2024 behavioral journals, found that dogs have a specialized left gaze bias when looking at human faces. In plain English, dogs instinctively look to the right side of your face first, which is the side that tends to show more genuine emotional expression. They're not just seeing a face, they're scanning for emotional cues the way a trained therapist might. Fast, loose tail wag with a wiggly butt, that's a dog reading your happy face and responding accordingly. Stiff, slow tail movement held high, he's picking up tension or uncertainty from your expression. Does your dog stare at your face a lot? That's not creepiness, that's a genius-level emotional intelligence system at work. Your dog does this too, let me know in the comments. Here's one that surprises almost everyone: your breathing. Specifically, how fast or slow you're breathing, and whether it's deep or shallow. Dogs have been living alongside humans for roughly 15,000 years, according to genomic studies, and in that time, they've become absolute masters at reading respiratory patterns. When you're anxious, your breathing gets shallower and faster. When you're relaxed, it slows and deepens. A 2025 paper in Applied Animal Behavior Science documented that trained therapy dogs showed measurable behavioral changes: increased alertness, more body contact, more frequent check-ins in response to elevated breathing rates in their humans even before any other visible stress signals appeared. So when your dog randomly comes and sits on your feet while you're watching a suspenseful movie, he's not blocking the TV on purpose. Well, maybe a little, but mostly he's responding to your quickened breath. He sensed the tension in the plot before the jump scare even happened. Honestly, iconic behavior. Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood signals in dog body language, because this one directly ties into how dogs reflect what you're feeling: the lip lick. Not the big, dramatic, I just ate a steak lick. I'm talking about that quick, subtle flick of the tongue across the lips that lasts maybe half a second. That's a stress response called an appeasement gesture. And here's the thing, dogs often do this in direct response to emotional tension they're picking up from you. If you're having an anxious conversation, raising your voice slightly, or even just sitting with tight, rigid body language, watch your dog. If you see that quick tongue flick, he's not tasting something interesting. He's communicating. He's saying, I feel the tension and I want everything to be okay. A 2025 meta-analysis in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior confirmed that lip-licking frequency increases significantly in dogs exposed to emotionally tense human interactions. So next time you catch your dog doing that little tongue flick while you're venting on the phone, he's not ignoring you. He's actively, anxiously, lovingly trying to smooth things over.
If your dog yawns during your date night, he's not bored with your company. He's stressed. And that brings us right to the next signal, yawning. Yawning in dogs is a calming signal, a way they self-regulate and communicate emotional discomfort. Norwegian dog trainer and researcher Turid Rugaas, whose work continues to influence modern behavioral science, identified yawning as one of the core stress signals dogs use to de-escalate tension. When your dog yawns repeatedly in a situation that doesn't involve being tired, like during an argument, or when you're rushing around the house stressed, he's essentially trying to calm both himself and you down. Think of it as your dog saying, "Please, everyone, let's just breathe." It's actually pretty sweet when you realize what's happening. He's your little in-house Zen master, and you didn't even know it. Your dog does this too? I genuinely want to know. Drop it in the comments. Now, let's get into something that ties directly into trust and emotional safety, the belly-up position. You've seen it a million times. Your dog rolls onto his back, paws in the air, belly fully exposed. And most of us automatically think he wants belly rubs, which is often true. But the context matters enormously, and this is where behavioral science gets really interesting. According to research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, the belly-up display in dogs serves two very different emotional functions depending on the situation. In a relaxed, playful context with a trusted person, it's a sign of complete social trust. Your dog feels emotionally safe enough to expose his most vulnerable area. But in a tense or uncertain environment, the same posture can actually signal fear-based submission. The dog isn't relaxed. He's overwhelmed and appeasing. The difference? Watch the rest of his body. Loose, wiggly muscles and a relaxed face mean trust. Stiff body, tucked tail, whale eye, that's a stressed dog trying to make himself non-threatening. Your emotional state, as registered by your dog before you even touch him, can influence which version of belly up he's doing. If you approach your dog with calm, warm energy, you get the trust version. Approach him when you're wound up and tense, you might get the fear version, and that's a feedback loop worth paying attention to. And finally, here's the one that really pulls everything together: scent. Your dog's nose is somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours, depending on the breed. And emotional states produce real chemical changes in your body, changes that your dog can smell before you've shown any other signal. A 2023 study from Queen's University Belfast, widely cited in 2024 behavioral literature, demonstrated that dogs could identify human stress through breath and sweat samples with accuracy rates high enough to be statistically significant. Fear, excitement, grief, joy, these aren't just feelings, they're biochemical events, and your dog has a front-row seat to all of them, 24/7. This is why dogs in hospitals and therapy settings can sense patient distress before monitors pick it up. It's not magic, it's chemistry, filtered through 15,000 years of coevolution. Your dog smells your mood before he sees your face or hears your voice. He's already prepared a response by the time you open the door. So, here's the big takeaway from all of this. Your dog isn't just reacting to you, he's reading you, constantly on multiple sensory channels simultaneously. Your pace, your posture, your face, your breath, your subtle gestures, your body language, and your actual chemical scent. And he's using all of that information to figure out how to be there for you. That's not instinct alone, that's relationship. That's the result of thousands of years of dogs choosing to understand us better than almost any other creature on Earth. The best thing you can do for your dog, and honestly for yourself, is to be aware of what you're projecting, not to perform happiness you don't feel, because your dog will see right through it anyway, but to notice when you're tense, when you're anxious, when you're shut down, and to give your dog a little signal that you're okay. A slow blink, a soft voice, a calm hand on his back. He reads all of it. And when you learn to read him back, the lip licks, the yawns, the tail positions, the belly-up body language, you two are suddenly having a whole conversation without a single word. That's the magic of this relationship, and it's happening every single day, whether you know it or not. If this video gave you a new way to see your dog, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe if you want more science-backed dog content every week. And drop in the comments, what's the weirdest thing your dog does that you now think might be him reading your mood? I read every single one. See you in the next one.